No. Impossible. The thought had just formed in Dahlia's mind before she immediately dismissed it. Dustin was just an ordinary man. Apart from being handsome, he hardly had any other notable abilities. As for Mason Spanner, he had not only taken over Trevor Spanner's position but also assumed control of the Dre Group, commanding hundreds of subordinates. Why would he be afraid of someone like Dustin? She must be overthinking it. Damn it! Damn it! Mason was still kicking and punching relentlessly, beating Manager Tian until he coughed up blood. He couldn't stop. He was genuinely terrified that Dustin would lose his temper and kill him on the spot. Mr. Spanner! I'm sorry, I was wrong. Please stop. I beg you, stop hitting me, Manager Tian cried and wailed. Mason snuck a glance at Dustin and noticed his expression had eased slightly, so he finally stopped. Thank goodness there was someone to vent on, otherwise, he'd really be in danger. Apologizing to me is useless. If President Dahlia doesn't forgive you, you better be prepared to die right here today. Mason roared. President Dahlia. I'm sorry, it was all my fault. I deserve to die. I'll never do it again. Please forgive me. Manager Tian knelt on the ground, kowtowing repeatedly and begging for mercy. His arrogance was completely gone. Enough. I don't want to see you again, Dahlia said coldly. Yes, I'll disappear immediately. Manager Tian nodded frantically and fled in panic, leaving even his shoe behind. President Dahlia, I sincerely apologize. I failed in my oversight and offended you. I promise to reflect deeply going forward, Mason said with a forced smile. He was a smart man. Knowing Dustin preferred to keep a low profile, he didn't expose anything. Mr. Spanner, your integrity and righteousness are truly admirable, Dahlia replied with a faint smile. Oh, it's nothing. Just doing my duty, Mason replied nervously. Humph. At least you know your place. At that moment, Matt Laney stepped forward with a proud look. If you had harmed a single strand of Dahlia's hair today, I wouldn't have let you off. I wouldn't dare. Mason smiled apologetically. He didn't know who this guy was, but standing alongside Dustin meant he definitely wasn't someone to mess with. Take your people and leave. Don't be an eyesore here, Matt snapped. Mason glanced at Dustin, didn't dare argue, and quickly took his leave. Soon, his gang dispersed like frightened animals. You're amazing, Matt! Florence's eyes lit up with excitement. Dahlia, did you see that? Wasn't Mason Spanner acting all high and mighty earlier? But as soon as he saw Matt, he was like a mouse seeing a cat, terrified and scurrying away. That's the power of the Laney family. Everyone seemed to realize something. No wonder Mason was so scared. Turns out he ran into a real big shot. Who is that handsome guy? He scared Mason off like it was nothing. Handsome and powerful? I'm totally in love. Several onlooking girls were now gazing at Matt with sparkling eyes. My Laney family has been a prestigious household for generations. In this area, we still have some influence. Dealing with a local thug like that? It's no big deal. Matt gave a modest smile. Maybe not for you, but for some people, it's like reaching the heavens. Florence glanced at Dustin and said sarcastically, Hey Dustin, Matt just saved your life. Aren't you going to say thank you? Why should I thank him? Dustin asked, bewildered. Why? If Matt hadn't scared Mason off, you think you'd have walked away safely today? Florence crossed her arms. First, I didn't need his help. Second, getting out safely had nothing to do with him, Dustin said calmly. Humph. Stubborn fool, Florence scoffed. He saves your life, and not only do you not thank him, you're even arrogant about it. How ungrateful can you be? Exactly. Who raised him? No manners at all. If I had known, we shouldn't have helped him. A few girls nearby started defending Matt, believing Dustin was unappreciative. Forget it, it's just a small matter, not worth fussing over, Matt said generously. Matt, you're just too kind. People like him should learn a hard lesson, Florence said, annoyed. Well, for Dahlia's sake, it's no big deal to save him once, Matt replied with a smile, turning to Dustin with a mocking gaze. Actually, I should be the one thanking you. These past 3 years, thanks for taking care of Dahlia in my absence. Though it sounded like gratitude, there was an underlying sting to his words. He already considered Dahlia his possession. If you're thanking me, then kneel and kowtow. That's not too much to ask, is it? Dustin said coldly. Matt's face twitched. He was just trying to be polite. But Dustin really took it that far. Listen up, Dustin! Watch your mouth! Florence snapped. Dahlia didn't say anything, but she frowned slightly, feeling that Dustin was going too far. Even if Matt defused the crisis, Dustin should at least show a bit of gratitude. Dustin, back then you got the girl only because I went abroad. But now that I'm back, you don't stand a chance. Matt stepped forward and lowered his voice. Really? I don't see it that way. Dustin shrugged. Know your place. You and I are on completely different levels. Matt straightened his suit and looked down on Dustin with disdain. Do you understand the difference between clouds and mud? The things you dream of, I can get with a snap of my fingers. That's the difference. He spoke quietly, only for the two of them. I don't know where you got your confidence, but here's a word of advice. Don't mess with me. Dustin replied calmly. Heh. Very well. Let's see how it plays out. Matt reached out to pat Dustin's shoulder but paused midway, as if feeling it was too dirty, and slowly withdrew his hand. That simple gesture was full of insult. All right, Matt. No need to waste time on him. Since you're back from studying abroad, I'll treat you to dinner tonight at the Cloud Top restaurant to welcome you home. Florence said happily. Thank you, Aunt Florence. Matt turned and gave her a gentle smile. Let's go home. Florence didn't give Dahlia a chance to object and pulled her away. Dahlia turned back to glance at Dustin, opened her mouth to say something, but in the end said nothing.
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised to never leave, and now you're gone. Can't believe I can feel the world slipping away as you slowly fade from my everyday. You promised forever a love without end, but now I'm left broken, struggling to mend. I thought we were so tied, destined for a lifetime, love with no end, love with no end. Staying in my imagination, memorizing the past time, the secrets, the love, the care. Now they're echoes in the air. I still see your face in every place, feel your warmth, your gentle grace. But now there's just an empty space, and I'm lost in this endless chase, keeping you in my heart, a piece of you I'll never let go. Though distance brings separation, in my heart you'll always glow. I just can't say goodbye, no matter how hard I try. A bond like ours, so deep and true, will always be if you stay or no. I thought we were so tied, destined for a lifetime, love with no